Okay, we're going to have a quick video, well, probably not so quick, video of the assembly of the Sergent coupler. In the picture now is the main shank and the top half of the coupler. And moving into the picture now is the knuckle itself. And then the bottom half is closed off with this part. And then last we're going to have the locking ball. I'm having a little trouble getting off the tweezers here because it's, oh, that came right off, good. That makes up the whole mechanism. Okay, assembly is straightforward, just small. You can see these are tweezers, and this measurement here, these grids are 1/2-inch grids to give you some sense of scale, and here's a finger to give you some more sense of scale. I have not measured this ball, but suffice it to say it's tiny. But that said, it's really not that hard to handle. So I'm going to grab with my tweezers here and drop it into this cavity. Good. Next, I'm going to put the knuckle onto the shank. Grab it in a position I can get it lowered onto the pivot. Let's see here. There we go. He's beyond there. I'm always amazed with how easily that works. Not to say it's going to stay there, but it seems to go on fairly easily. Alright, tricky part is to put the cover on without making everything else fall apart. Okay, that's about all it needs. Just enough to wet it. So we got two things to line up. We got the index pin and the pivot pin. So start with the pivot pin. Looks like I got that okay. And press the index pin in place. Okay. I don't think it's quite set all the way, so I get a final press. Actually, definitely not in the right place because I can see the top of my knuckle showing. There we go. Let's take a look at it from the side, make sure everything's seated properly. Looks like it is. Now we got a simple coupler, and do a quick test to make sure it works. So this is upside down, so turn it right side up. That should make the ball drop. Don't have the macro lens on it here right now, but I think we can see that in there. And grab a pencil to make sure he is in fact locked. He is. Turn upside down to make the ball simulate the ball dropping into the chamber, and you saw that already opened up. There we go. One done. The last step is to mount it to the coupler box. And this can be kind of tricky because it requires manipulating that small spring, which I showed in one of the other videos. Okay, the spring is intended to give some friction between the coupler shank and the pivot, so it doesn't just flop back and forth. Again, it's different from KD. KD has a centering spring, so that coupler is always centered. This coupler doesn't have any active centering device. Now, the way I typically do this is drop it in on one end here, get this recentered, and then give it kind of a cover so I don't lose the spring. Let me see this. I'll describe what I'm doing since we may not be able to see this. I'm trying to, while giving cover, just compressing the spring back. I haven't lost the spring yet, which is a good thing. Matter of fact, I haven't lost a ball yet either. which surprises me because I'm usually kind of fumble-figured when it comes to that. Bring another tool, good old handy pencil. Here we go. Gonna be one of the stubborn ones. There we go. Knock it off the pencil. Pow. Just trying to knock off the coupler on the other end here. Oh, I lost it. There we go. Documented first loss of a spring. Alright, and of course that's why you can buy extra springs from Sergent, springs and balls. It comes with extra, I believe, it's been about years since I bought these, but I believe it comes with extra springs and locking balls when you buy a set. But you can also buy a kit of just extra parts. Okay, got another one lined up. Now, as I tell my kids, nothing's ever lost. They are just misplaced. So the other spring, it'll come up in time. Someday when I'm cleaning this my workbench up, it'll show up. Well, normally at this point I say bingo, but I don't know if we really call that bingo because it took a little longer than I expected. But there you go. So this is more or less complete. A couple of boxes will go on top of this, and it's ready to mount. This gives us some friction. Once it's in here, it's actually a little, it's kind of stable. It doesn't tend to want to jump out too easily. But again, that slows it down. It slows down the motion. And he's ready to mount.